Alright guys, thanks for coming back again. Today we're going to work on the full swing. As you can see, we're on the driving range here. So what we're going to talk about today is kind of the fundamentals of the various clubs in the bag. So we're going to start out hitting an iron, and we're going to work our way up to the driver. And what we're going to find is that the swing is basically the same for all of the clubs, and what's going to change is the ball position. So when we start out, we're going to be hitting our irons. So as you can see right now, I've got the ball in the middle of my stance. So the reason that I have the ball in the middle of my stance is that given proper form or something close to it, our club head is going to bottom out just forward of center in the stance. So our goal when we're hitting an iron is to hit the ball and then the ground. We're trying to hit down on the ball. So if you watch the golf on this afternoon or the Solheim Cup on right now, when they do the slow motion replays, you'll notice that the players' divots always start on the target side of the ball. And that's because they're hitting the ball and then the ground. Right? So that's what we're trying to create with an iron. When we get to a fairway wood, we're trying to sweep the ball off of the ground. Alright? When we hit a driver, we're actually trying to hit up on the ball. Alright? And that's because of the way that those clubs are designed. So with the driver, we've got the weight low and in the back of the club head, right? Because they've discovered that hitting the ball high with less spin is the way to make it go far. And the way that we have to compensate for that is to have the ball further up in our stance. And so the reason that we're moving the ball is that when the club head moves throughout the swing, it's moving in a big arc, right? So the bottom of that swing, as we said, is just forward of center in the stance, all right? So if we want to hit ball and then ground, we're going to have the ball in the center of our stance. All right, now, if we want to be sweeping the ball off of the ground, like we do with a fairway wood, then that ball needs to be just forward of center in our stance, because that's when the club head is traveling level to the ground. Now, if we're going to hit up on the ball, like we're going to do with the driver, then that means that the ball has to be towards the front of our stance, because at that point, the club head is traveling back up on its way to your finish. All right, so we're going to start out with some probably 8 iron and up, and we'll go from there.